Family caregiver respite reimbursement programs. A long time ago, I helped a family get $24,000 to provide care for their loved one. And when the neighbor heard, they came over and said, is it really true that you can get grants to pay for care? The answer is yes. So there is a program called the National Family Caregiver Support Program. Long name. It is a federally funded program, and it's monies that comes from the federal government to the area agency on aging. So there are about 658 of these offices all around the country, and they serve regions. So your county where you live and probably the surrounding counties, 3 to 5 counties where you live, they have a regional office called the Area Agency on Aging. That office has a small little secret room in the back. The door would say something like this: Family Caregiver Support Coordinator. Now, of course, in COVID time, nobody is allowed in these buildings, but if you were to go in there, that's what it's most likely going to say on the outside of their door. Where does this money come from, and how can you get it? So it's part of the Department of Aging, the National Department of Aging. It's part of their program. I call it a very, very nice way of the government saying thank you. So I like to reference that when I talk about this program. I like to reference it with an example like this. So imagine that you're a family caregiver and you were supposed to lift up a cup. Every minute you're supposed to lift that cup up for the rest of your life as a family caregiver. For some people, it's 10 years. Well, if you had a break, you would be able to do it longer, yes? But if you couldn't take a break, you will be worn out soon, and then your loved one will be placed or you will get ill. So this is how the government says, thank you, family caregivers, for caring for our older or aging or disabled Americans. We're going to give you a little vacation. So if you're a family caregiver, this Family Caregiver Respite Reimbursement Grant is the government's way of granting you a beautiful vacation. Now, they don't pay for the hotel, but let me tell you how they pay and what they pay. So that office that I mentioned has this coordinator. His or her job is to qualify you for the grant. So usually people say, how much do I get? It depends on the time of the year, the county where you live in, the other senior care levies that support that population, and it also depends on how much money is left that they haven't given away. If they don't give all this money away, they may not get as much the following year. So this office says to the government, dear government, we at, for example, Northeast Ohio, Western Reserve Area Agency on Aging, that's our office up in Cleveland. We found 20 million caregivers. Well, there are not that many, but we found about many people. And we gave everyone a respite reimbursement grant for approximately $2,500 in a year or twice a year. So how do you qualify? This grant is not based on the income of the person that's getting the grant. The grant is meant for the family caregiver, respite so you can rest. Okay. It's not exactly tied to income. But if you are over-resourced, they may only give you a little bit, or if you answer the questions wrong and you're the borderline of over-resourced, they may tell you to go to another office. How do people typically get this grant? People like me, we tell the world. We send you to the Area Agency on Aging. The Area Agency on Aging person says, the coordinator says, who are you? I'm a caregiver. What can I do for you? Here's your answer. I am looking for some respite care. Now, these are what I call shop talk. It's key that you say it like this. You're looking for respite care. So this is not money that you get to pay a caregiver so you can go to work. This is money that you get so that you can pay a caregiver so you can take a break. Okay, so Ring, ring, ring. So you're answering these questions. And they would say, how much money does your mother make? Now, the idea behind that question is not to disqualify you. It's so that mom or dad would be able to get their right range of benefit. So your mom may make $3,800 a month in Social Security, and maybe mom gets $1,000. But what if mom needs 24-hour care and you explain it well? You can get some money. Okay. So they will ask you personal things about you, the family caregiver. It's not meant to disqualify you. It's meant for the government to collect data, so that when next year they go to get their money and they say, oh, we found us 20 million caregivers. They are between the ages of 40 and 75. Their income ranges between 170,000 and 200,000. They each care for their loved one 70 hours. So some of those questions are data collection. They have nothing to do with it. Okay. It's key that you say, one, you're looking for respite. They're going to ask you, what are you going to do with this money? So be prepared. You want that money so you can pay a caregiver. Now, that caregiver will you pay the caregiver, then this program reimburses you. That's how it works in most places. There are a few regions where that money doesn't get sent to you as reimbursement. Instead, they connect you to an agency that has a relationship with that organization. And then the agency provides the care. So when you're answering these questions, you want to find out, how does their program work? Can I hire a private caregiver? Can I hire my neighbor? Do I need an agency? Yes? Okay, so those are the questions you want to ask them. Then they would say to you, okay, based on the answers that you've given, we will give your mom, for example, $2,500, and they give you a time period you must use the money. You have a quarter, 3 months. By this date, you're going to send us invoices. We're going to send you back reimbursement. And the invoices must be stamp paid. Then they'll send the money back and reimburse you. This is for the organizations that they send you the money. For the ones that they don't send you the money, you're going to have to sign the care notes saying, Agency A came in, they provided respite care. I was gone for a week. They had round-the-clock care, and I can put my mom in wherever, however you had the care, you sign. That agency then sends the invoices to the area agency on aging or the family caregiver program, and then they get paid. So those are the two ways. But you can't just say, oh, I need it because I want to go to work. You want to say you need respite care. Now, if they ask you what you do for your mother, this is not when you make your mom look good. This is not the time. So if you go to the pharmacy to pick up meds, that is help. If you take the med from the bottle and you put it in the cup so your mom can get it, that's medication assistance. So answer the questions as exactly as possible. The better your answers, the bigger your grant. Can you get this grant more than one time? Yes, sometimes they give it twice a year. But what if they have so much money, they haven't given all the money out because they couldn't find caregivers to give it to? Here's how you know. When you're telling them what it is you want, they say, how much care do you want? That's your hint. If they say, how much respite do you want? Tell them you want to go on vacation for a whole week and you need round-the-clock care. Hint, there may be a whole lot of money. You may get that $24,000 like I got it for that family. So that's where that goes. Okay, healthcare foundations. The Parkinson's Foundation has a grant. The MS Society has a grant. So if you have a loved one with a chronic illness that is popular, like PSP, Parkinson's, ALS, those foundations actually have respite reimbursement grants. The Alzheimer's Association has a beautiful one. They will give the family caregiver, I've seen it, $200 to $600 every month for 2 years. So they say, go have mom or dad go to adult daycare once a week. You spend some time resting. You take a break. Then you submit this so that we can keep your money coming. So there is a whole lot of money that is out there if you know how to get it. But what if I told you this stuff and I told you too fast? Then you're going to email me, and then I'm going to send you a little report that I have, It's called 5 Places to Get Money for Care, what you say and what you shouldn't say. Okay. Your goal is to give the information as accurately as possible so that they see your full picture as a family caregiver. All right. It is now time for us to talk about the second avenue, and this is where Alan comes along. Alan, this is your part.